Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Cancer Rose Tarot. I hope you are doing so well today. This is going to be a general reading for my Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus viewers. You could also have North Node in Cancer or be cross-watching for a Cancerian. It's completely up to you guys. I am also going to film this morning another Cancerian video over on my main channel. So if you're interested in double Cancerian updates from me today, then please do go ahead and subscribe to me over there. If you are new here, you haven't met me before, hello, welcome to this channel. And of course, remember to subscribe here as well. If you want to also book a personal reading with me, Cancer, then I will leave the details of everything you need to do that in the description bar down below, along with a link to my Etsy store, FIVERR, all of my other links basically. So this is a slightly different setup. I've already set up my cards for you, ready to go. And I think I said in my last video, I have this new deck. It's the Angel Guide Oracle deck, sorry. So we're going to start off with a few of these cards. They're really beautiful illustrations. And we're going to see what comes out. They are large cards, so it takes me a while to shuffle. You have to be patient with me because I have small hands. This is why I prefer the smaller decks as well. But I mean, I couldn't resist this deck. It's just gorgeous. Okay, so messages for Cancerians today. What are the messages for Cancerians watching this? Okay, so you see they still managed to come out somehow. Yeah, Cancer, I think you had this last time on this channel. So we have transformation coming out here. And, you know, this is a really lovely energy of change, but it seems to me that some of you might be experiencing some issues, some difficulties with these changes that might be happening in your life currently. It may be making you feel a little bit vulnerable. We do have vulnerability and freedom at the bottom of the deck. So it's kind of like here, Cancer, perhaps you are wanting to initiate certain changes in your life, but you're slightly worried about the vulnerability that will come with that, you know, because making changes is always something which can be quite scary. You might be fearing how you're going to move forward or fearing what's going to happen once you've made these changes, especially if you're going to sort of unknown territory, all right? So there may be, you know, some of you guys experiencing a few fears around these changes that are happening. Maybe you are going through a tower moment, and that is what is creating this feeling of vulnerability at this time. But you know, with transformation, this card, with this energy, this is very much a tower energy. Whatever is transformed at this time is going to be able to help you to move forward here, Cancer, okay? So changes will happen for a reason. If something is ending in your life, if something is closing out, then that's because there is a new opportunity, a new start coming for you. You know, it's kind of like in the tarot deck, which we'll get into that portion soon, but when there is a 10, then comes the ace, right? So you have to have sometimes the endings, the changes take place in your life in order to then have a new beginning, a new opportunity. So it's not something to be feared, you know, allow the transformation to happen. It can be happening very naturally for you at this time. Let's get one more before we get into your messages. Anything else for Cancerians? Yeah, we have, wow, inner child healing and spiritual growth at the bottom of the deck. So some of you guys might be really focused here on healing your inner child, dealing with some of those wounds that you might have had for a really long time. It could even be here, Cancer, that the reason for your transformation is that you are going deep within and really trying to figure out where your attitudes, your behaviors, your habits have come from in your adult life. And for some of you, you know, it might be because you have had these traumatic experiences or any kind of concerns or issues that stem from childhood. The way that you were parented might be significant, you know, what happened to you as a child, or even just in your, you know, your younger years. But whatever this is, when you're healing these issues from the past, it's bringing you into this energy of spiritual growth. And that is really leading into your transformation here. So a really important time for you guys to be healing. And for some of you, if you have been, you know, a little bit stagnant, perhaps you feel like things are not moving forward in the way that you really want them to move forward, it may be that it's time for you actually to do some of this healing work. And that's what's going to allow you to truly transform from the inside out. Oh, okay, I'm going to get one as well from this love deck. I love this deck as well. Excuse the pun. Just one for you guys, another message. And these are all written messages. I really love this deck. Hang on, why are these all backwards? Oh no, it's fine. Okay, so that one. Okay. So let's just get one more message from my Cancerians, and then we're going to get into your tarot portion. Message for Cancerians. Okay, so we have, I trust my inner wisdom to guide me through my day. So some of you as well, I'm getting this energy of, you know, the need to trust yourself here, or to acknowledge that your feelings are valid. There might be some of you that because of what happened to you as a child, the way that you were parented, there might be unresolved trauma issues here with inner child healing, but it may be that those experiences have led you to not trusting yourself, not trusting your intuition and your instinct. But it says here, I trust my inner wisdom to guide me through my day. And this is a really important affirmation if that is you, if you have trouble in trusting in yourself. At the bottom of the deck, we also have my day is a blessing and a gift that I will not waste. So maybe some of you guys as well here are in this energy again of stagnation, you know, perhaps not using your days to the best of your ability to be, you know, productive in moving forward. So this is a message here for some of you that you need to be treating your days perhaps more of a blessing, more as a blessing, practicing gratitude, you know, things like that. Okay, Cancer, so let's get into your reading now, your tarot portion. I'm going to use the Light Seers deck here, which is another one of my favorite decks. And let's get the messages for Cancerians. Messages for Cancer. Okay, so Five of Swords wanting to come out here. You're having some type of mental conflict. And look, we have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So a real time for you guys of spiritual learning, spiritual knowledge. You know, it's interesting because I'm actually a Virgo rising, and looking at the Taurus full moon, which is coming only in a few days, it's on the 19th. It is also a partial lunar eclipse. And when I was kind of researching about how it would affect my life, for Virgo risings, it was about spiritual learning, about wisdom, higher knowledge, higher education, things like that. And it seems like this energy is coming out for you guys as well. So, I mean, you might not be a Virgo rising, right? But you might be focused on your spiritual growth and transformation at this time. Maybe taking some of your knowledge, your intuition to that higher level. For others of you, you know, with the Five of Swords, it can be this idea of inner conflict around a certain decision, about entering a commitment as well for some of you guys. So, you know, whether that is moving to a new place, entering into a new relationship, whatever the case may be, it may be that you're experiencing a bit of inner conflict here, something to do with commitment. It could also be, like with this trust card here, that some of you are struggling to trust your intuition at this time. So rather than, you know, going with what it is that you feel internally, you're actually experiencing some of this conflict, okay, going back and forth in your mind, a sense of indecision. But let's see, what else for Cancerians, please? Cancerians watching this, that's too many cards. Messages for Cancerians, what do they need to know? The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, and we have the Hermit at the bottom of the deck. So some of you actually might be wanting to end a current commitment that you're in, all right? Or you might be going back and forth about whether to end this commitment or not. Now, this can be in a relationship, marriage especially, or a long-term commitment for some of you. Some of you might be in the future actually coming into this single energy. This energy of being financially independent, spiritually independent, relying on yourself, trying to cut the cords here, cut the strings of codependence that you might have had on your parents even, or you might have had in other types of relationships, romantic as well. With this card, I always get kind of decoration as well. So some of you guys might be actually moving house, you might be decorating, some of you might get a new shop, a store that you're decorating, something like that. Some of you might even be in the midst of kind of starting your own business or getting up to date with certain things in your business to become more financially secure and independent. Because with the Hermit card here, Virgo energy, it's interesting that I mentioned Virgo earlier on. But Cancer here, the Hermit card is really about looking within. And again, it's this idea of spiritual growth, reflection on how far you've come, reflection on the past. And, you know, with this Taurus full moon and the partial lunar eclipse coming on the 19th, it's a really good time for you to reflect, okay? People don't necessarily, how can I put this? You shouldn't necessarily be manifesting new things at this time, but it is a great time to kind of reflect over what has happened for you so far, spiritually, mentally, physically, and so on. Looking at how far you've come, okay? But there may be a little bit of indecision about your independence here, about how to move forward with this Five of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, okay? Let's see what else for Cancerians. What else for Cancerians, please? And you can see I really shuffle these a lot better, right? Compared to the big angel cards. And they come out a lot easier. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords here and the Nine of Wands. To me, Cancer, this is coming out of a relationship or coming away from certain people, okay, is what I want to say here with the Four of Swords, Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There's a real sense here that you want to be by yourself. You're retreating from the world, withdrawing from people, places, situations that you feel are no longer serving you. You may even feel like being around other people brings you a certain amount of conflict, discord, which you are no longer happy with. On your spiritual journey, you may be at a point where you just simply want to be by yourself. You are guarding your heart here, and you're no longer wanting to argue or fight with people. It's kind of like with here, the Five of Swords being your first energy out, being around people who are, you know, argumentative or perhaps are rude to you, bring any kind of negative energy into your life. It's this energy of you feeling as though you really don't want to put up with this anymore. You would much rather be by yourself. You've locked your heart away here. You've hung up your swords and you're no longer wanting to fight with people. You'd rather be alone. With the Nine of Wands here as well, the card of the Wounded Warrior. This is you really coming to the end of a major cycle in your life when you may have been, of course, battered, bruised, been through a lot of conflict with people and with yourself. This is encouragement to keep going. You are nearly at the top of that mountain, especially if you are on a spiritual journey here, okay? Think about the Hermit card, which is the energy that came up at the bottom of the deck before as well. The Hermit is actually somebody who journeys up to a mountain by himself and is in this place of solitude, trying to find inner peace, reflection, and what's the word I'm looking for? Resolution, okay? So this is also this energy of being on a journey that you alone are on, trying to achieve that inner peace, that stability for yourself. So, you know, a lot of you may be withdrawing at this time, and that's okay. If you are currently in a relationship and you're thinking about ending it, walking away, etc., I do see you going through with that. And I see you as well, some of you may be even wanting to stay single for a while. The Nine of Wands energy is definitely this energy also of wanting to protect your heart, wanting to protect yourself, being perhaps a little bit scared of giving up your energy or giving away your power. So it may even be that for some of you, when you get out of this relationship or this commitment, you really are so focused on yourself that you're not willing to give your heart away again for some time. So, you know, putting those guards up, putting up those barriers to other people in order for you to heal, okay? We have the Ten of Cups. This was at the bottom of the deck and it's actually come out now. So Ten of Cups, I see you are really trying to establish your emotional contentment here. Really trying to establish what it is that makes you happy. And this is an emphasis on family and relationships, of course, as well. Some of you might be reevaluating your relationships in your family, in your romantic life, with your children perhaps even, and really trying to figure out how those relationships are working, what it is that you can do to nurture those relationships more, what is it that others can do to nurture you emotionally also. Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck is this energy of assessing how far you've come, how far you have to go still, and watching the ideas that you planted long ago come into fruition. So I think you had this last reading as well, Cancer, so you might want to check that out if this resonates with you. But it's kind of like, you know, all of these seeds that you started to plant and you thought were never going to sprout up are finally beginning to become evident in your life. And this might not only be physical changes, you know, maybe you started going to the gym 7 months ago, Seven of Pentacles, maybe you started saving, maybe you have done physical things that are finally coming into fruition in your life. Sorry about the lighting. But Seven of Pentacles, it can also be inner changes. So things that you've done internally, you know, the inner child healing, the transformation that you're going through. And, you know, finally people are beginning to see this. You're beginning to see these changes yourself. All of that hard work beginning to pay off here. Okay, so I don't want to make this reading super long. So let's pull some advice for you. Strength card, love that. Let's pull some advice for you here. I really hope it resonated today. If it did resonate, then like I said, please do go ahead and subscribe if you've made it this far. Probably means the message is for you. Let's get some advice cards for my Cancerians. What do they need to know? That's too many. Advice cards for my Cancerians. We have the Fool card and we have the Nine of Cups, the Lovers, the Eight of Pentacles. Wow, okay. So the Fool card as your advice is really about, I feel, surrendering. Okay, surrendering and trusting in the universe that the next step that you take into the unknown is going to be very fruitful for you. It's actually leading you here to your wish fulfillment. It's like that expression, what's that expression? Everything you want is on the other side of fear, or everything you want is on the other side of just that one big step into the unknown. So for some of you, especially with your first card being the transformation here as well, it's kind of like you may be in a little bit of conflict here about whether to take this big step forward or not. But the advice here is really telling you to go for it, to not worry about the obstacles that you might face, to have that idealism, to remember what it is that made you start your journey in the first place, and to take that big step forward into the unknown, trusting that the universe will catch you, trusting in that, trusting in that whatever comes out of this is going to be for your highest good. You are moving into your highest self. And this energy of trust, again, look, with this love card, I trust my inner wisdom. So if you are really feeling that your intuition is leading you into this new place, whatever it might be here, a new job, a new career path, starting a new business, a new relationship, a new part of your spiritual growth, inner healing, whatever it is here, travel even, moving house keeps coming up for you guys. Whatever it is here, the universe is really urging you to go with the new. So if there is a decision, you know, with the Five of Swords that is keeping you feeling a little bit stuck, the advice here is to go for it with the Fool card here. Aries energy and really beautiful energy. Okay, Cancer, I've been going on too long now. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Remember, I am about to post another Cancerian video over on my main channel, Praise You Tarot. I'll leave the link to that in the description bar down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!